said that was the first time you've met Josh Allen?
That was a joke.
I was going to say, you look like old friends.
Yeah, that's
you
a
look
joke.
like you guys know each other
Yeah.
well.
Prior to being around, if you would, in Tahoe, we're playing a Tahoe golf tournament, so we've played together a couple of times, and leading up to the potentially being around and being with the team, I said, hopefully I'll see you around soon. And he looked at me kind of crazy, like, whatever that means, and then everything happened, and he's like, I got it. So it's pretty cool.
Why come out here, OTAs, and to be part of the team?
I mean, if I'm gonna be here and be a part of it, that's just me being a veteran in general. That's just what I know, just to communication, conversation, and just kind of the edge for young guys more than anything of understanding the professional life and the preparation and what you have to go through the daily grind, more so than the sport you play. It's just how you go about it. And anytime I can, I do it for any sport, like just to talk to guys and just share what I know, or what I think I know at least.
You didn't cross over with Ron, did you, at Carolina?
So I'm a little ahead of him, but when he came in for his visits back in the day, it's funny, full circle, like we're older men now, and to kind of see us at this platform, where as the last time we actually really had a chance to come conversate, he was coming in for a visit at Carolina. It's crazy.
I saw you catch up with him. How cool is it that he's out here doing this?
Yeah.
And in this sport right now, after everything you saw with him.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, I don't know if you guys watched him in high school. He's pretty darn good at both sports, and obviously you knew he had a chance to be great in whatever he chose to do. So to have a conversation, I think, with us in this dynamic is pretty surreal.
Do you feel like you have a role in your ownership part, or is it kind of what you're doing now, or what you choose to do?
This is what I choose to do. I don't know if it's my role. I don't have a problem making it my role, but I just want to be an outlet, to these guys. Like, I've been around, seen a lot, the mental part of the game, physically taxing, just the conversate. Because I mean, as athletes, I think the wonderful thing about being an athlete, regardless of what sport you're in, you can have those type of conversations and pull from those experiences. And like sitting with Coach McDermott before the interview, like he said, we were just talking about different things, and they all kind of correlate and they all tie into each other, and it's pretty cool to, for me, I just see me as Vince and can pull from just experiences and different things that I've seen, which other people actually care about, which is pretty cool.
I remember seeing you at the owners' meetings, NFL owners' meetings a couple years
Oh,
ago,
yeah.
and now you're here.
Yeah.
You've gone through this a little bit. Is there anything that strikes you as different between the NBA, even through the off season, the people, anything like that, than with the NFL?
Well, I mean, it's a different beast. I mean, it's a lot of guys. So I think, so as a veteran, I think now as a veteran, I come into a locker room with this many guys. I know how I felt as a veteran with young guys, with 10, 12 guys. So I just, I look at it like that. It's like, damn, that's a lot of people that, as you have to find your way. So as a veteran, in my opinion, you got to figure out how to be the best version of yourself. You want to be an extension of the coach somewhat, regardless of the side of the ball you're on. And you want to be able to assist younger guys, regardless of their rookies, 5th, 6th year, whatever, to help them to be the best version of themselves for the good of the team to try to reach that ultimate goal. And how to balance that, I think, is if you're deemed as one of the leaders, the voice, the veteran, that's a tough task. So that's kind of what I want with Josh, with Dion, DeMar, any of these guys, just to kind of give them another outlet, because I was at 43 years old, 42 years old. I'm still pulling Kevin Willis, Charles Oakley, guys who are my veterans aside, asking them questions on how to be a veteran, how to navigate through it, because they've been there. And I literally told a couple of coaches, I said, I was never afraid to not learn or be coached. So I know what that feels like, and I know it made me feel better when I knew I had somebody that I can bounce things off of to help me in my situations, even if they were there or not there.
Vince, I know it's only been a couple of months, but what have you learned about the way the Bills do things here?
Oh man, it's a lot of things. I mean, I just love the way they go about their business. I love how the fans love their team and their sport. Like it gives you the college atmosphere to me. Like, professional sports sometimes, if you all know, can be finicky. If your team's not doing well, it's like, all right, well, who's the next hot team or team? Like, I don't get that vibe here at all. It's like our team, and I love that people will ride the ship, whether we sink or sail, and it's a beautiful thing. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest when I say this. I thought being a part of it was like, okay, cool. Oh yeah, Vince, cool. But like the cool comments from Bills Mafia from day one was kind of cool. Like, welcome to the family. It's just I didn't think it just you shrug off the shoulder and just kind of keep moving. Oh yeah, cool. Basketball player coming on in, cool. Like it was welcoming, and I think that's kind of was the motivation to come here and be a part of it even more. I mean, like, you have guys like Dion. We've had a lot of conversations throughout since I've been here, and just having cool conversations about life preparation and responsibility. I mean, that's just what I enjoy, and they allow me to do that.
With the fans, you feel like you're one of their guys now?
I guess so. That's pretty cool. Like, I guess I haven't thought about that, but I guess so. I mean, because they love their team and everybody who's a part of it. Yes, I guess that would be a thing, and that's what makes me, I think, even more want to do what I can to help these guys on the field. Like I say, I don't have anything invested into. It makes me smile to sit back and say, hey, the conversation with a particular player that helped turn the light on, because I know what that did for me as a young guy, and I just feel like that is so important when, that's in the sport of basketball right now. Veterans are. It's you don't see many of them. It's scarce. You might have one per team, but like that one guy holds a real value, and if you can get more guys that's played the sport, more guys who've been in situations that can talk to guys to turn those lights on, good things can happen for your team.
There's a basketball hoop in there.
Yeah.
Are you staying away? Are you keeping there? How many guys have asked you to come over there and shop?
None, but it doesn't do it for me anymore. Like, it's like I look at it, it's like, oh, it's cool. Like, you put a golf club in my hand, it's still different. But no, I mean, it's still there. Like, I have young kids, so I'm more of a rebounder these days. Every now and then I'll shoot him the show, because my kid now is having some success in sport and thinks he's pretty good. So sometimes I run. Look, Dad was once top 5 in three-point shooting now, once. But no, it's just, I see it. I've shot on it a couple times, though.
Vince, as an all-time great in your own sport, was there anything that stuck out to you about the way Josh and guys like Dion approach practice today?
I love the energy, the wanting to be here. I think that's important, because he just won MVP. It's easy to kind of enjoy it, but like it's on to the next, and I love that, because being that you're so close to accomplishing that goal of a championship and you fall short, that means he's hungry. Like, he's not satisfied, and that's a beautiful thing. And what that does is it doesn't let anybody else off the hook. If your best players are here, going after it, not BSing, but really getting after it, like, that says a lot, and that's how you prepare early for your championship run.
Who do you think would be the best basketball player on this football team?
Well, I mean, who says they're pretty good. So, I mean, I always said receivers and the skill position players always have the best. Josh claimed he played. I know Josh played, and then Coleman played, and who else? There's a few guys.
Could Ron beat them all?
Hey, let me tell you something. I told those guys earlier. I said, Ron, in his day, was something else. I was happy to have him on our team. I mean, this guy was Mr. Everything in both sports, and then actually was able to back it up. Like, that's tough to do. So, but I'll say probably Keon for what I've seen, but I'm not gonna say Ron Curry couldn't do it.
Some of your other limited partners have had great success in the non-sports world and their businesses. What kind of resource can they be for you as you try and grow?
Oh man, I'm a sponge. Like these people are successful in their own world. Like I said, I've always believed in just. So my mother, is an educator and has been a teacher all her life. The one thing that that sounds wrong when I say the one thing she taught me, because that's not the truth. The one thing that sticks to me all the time is learn a little bit about a lot of things, and that I just always believed in that. She's like, don't be one-dimensional. Don't just be a athlete. Just all of these things. And as I've taken the steps of doing that, I've learned so much and been able to be in different situations or put in different situations. So I'm already, like, with Tom, we've had conversations already just about his business and how to go about things, how to operate. Like, it's been fun, and this is like the beginning. So I told him, anytime you're talking, I'm listening. That's just kind of how I am.
What do you think about being on this side of the mic next year?
Luckily, I love it. Like, I do like a lot of it with TNT now, and this is a great opportunity what NBC is doing. I mean, they're bringing in some heavy hitters, so it's fun. It'll be fun to kind of work with Mike, and to really see him in this light, because we've never really had that chance to see Mike like kind of talk about the game and really share in documentaries and interviews and sit down. But like now we get to do that in Melo and Reggie. I mean, it's a group of guys that I really respect, and I've worked with obviously right now at Turner. I worked with Jamal before, so I love this side. I really do. I love talking about the game. I love explaining the game and giving people a different perspective of the sport, whether it's on or off the court, because of how we think. Because I've been through it for 20-something years.
Vince, as a guy who's been up
Yes, sir.
and out,
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
as a sports icon and done so much, what is the fan in you like when Josh Allen comes over and slaps five and has a conversation? If you know what I'm getting at, it's like, how do you react as a superstar in your own sport to a superstar like that coming up?
I have a great appreciation for people who've accomplished unbelievable things in their life, and like, I love when history is in front of me. You know what I'm saying? And he's a part of history. He's accomplished a lot. I love that for anybody I've met in my life. Like, I'm just excited about, like, I know people view me how they view me, but they don't understand how I view them.
Right.
And I have a great appreciation for people, who's done things, accomplished things, and their mentality. And it's pretty cool when a person who's accomplished a lot still values conversation or information or just an idea to help them move to another level. So, I mean, if people value like that, man, it's pretty darn cool.
Is it like, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but is it kind of like when Michael Jordan comes up to you and puts his arm around your shoulder for the first time? Like if you can relate to that time to what this was.
Well, Mike is Mike.
Well, Mike is Mike, yes.
But no, I mean, the first time, thinking back to my first time meeting Mike, I was in college.
Right.
So,
Sure.
like he actually acknowledged me as the guy. So, I mean, I've known Josh for a couple of years prior to. So, but it's cool to be in this space, and to have the appreciation of guys with his stature and his popularity, and we can just sit and, like I said, my value to this team more so than anything is the conversation and to help turn a light on that maybe is dull or hasn't come on yet.
Right.
Something I see or I've been through, or that something to think about. Like, that's it. I'm not trying to up here and reinvent the wheel or anything like that. But like Coach McDermott says, like, we can, like, iron sharpens iron. I've been in situations where you could be the superstar and you just want to bounce things off of someone else to kind of that's played the game or that speaks your language or thinks like you do.
Yes.
And they've given me that opportunity, and I'll be the first to tell you, like, they're like, yeah, go out there. I'm like, no, I'm hesitant. Like, this is my thing, because as I get comfortable, but I just want to be here. Like I say, I'm a vessel. I'm an outlet amongst all of the other outlets they have. I'm just another outlet to add to their portfolio that they can reach out to.
And last thing for me, it's for a guy like Josh, who is everywhere, and people fawn over him, and you've been in that situation, you've seen that situation, but to keep his personality intact, to keep a part of him the way he does, what does that say about him?
It says a lot about him. I mean, he's a guy who, you watch him, he's all about his business, and yet he can still have fun with guys to show that he's human and he's normal.
Yep.
But when it's time to lock in, guys lock in, and they see the best player lock in, they all lock in. Everybody falls in line. It's just great to see that dynamic. It's like, all right, And I guess it kind of, because he's been here so long, is that guys understand, all right, we can have fun. Okay, no, he's here, he's locked in. So I think that's a beautiful thing, and he understands that, and he shows he's human. And you want to break up the monotony, because yes, this is the beginning of hopefully a special run, but you kind of break it up to let guys kind of breathe and relax, because sometimes when you come across the best player, if you meet him the first time, you don't know how to approach him. Like, he's obviously very approachable. He's genuine. He's fun. He has a big heart. You can see he just enjoys playing the game. Like, it's just pretty cool to see.
What is something that you've learned in all your years of playing that you think can transcend through any sport as advice?
Ask questions. Don't hold that in, because I was just talking to Coach Mark. I said the one thing that young guys, rookies, need to understand is that you're better off asking questions and getting yelled at for not knowing it that way, as opposed to getting out here when you're playing with the ones or the twos for that matter, and mess up and don't know your assignment or your route. Now what happens? You probably won't see the field again, so you do better asking those questions. So I think those are the things that are important that I learned from the beginning. I'm to this day, like, if I'm driving somewhere and I don't feel like I know, I'm gonna pull over and ask. I'd rather know and ask the question instead of not knowing. And that's one of the things, like, I get that opportunity to talk to young guys more so than anything else. I'm like, don't be afraid to ask questions. Make sure you're paying attention and lock in, because I think those are the two things, that everything else will fall in place. Because if you're paying attention, you now learn technique, you learn your route, you learn your assignments, because you're locked in or you're willing to ask questions.
Thank you.
This is my question that I'm not totally sure on. Did you and Ronald Curry overlap a year?
No,
you
we
didn't.
missed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did
we
you
missed.
get to know him just through being alumni?
He kept coming in as a recruit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
What's it like seeing him now and
No, it was. I mean, the first time. So when I came in for the preseason Jacksonville game.
Yes.
Is when the first time it was like, yo, Ronald's. I hadn't seen Ronald since I left college.
Okay.
So this is the first time in, that's what, 25, 30 years. So it's cool now to kind of, 25. I don't want to say 30 years. That's way too old. Way too old. But like 20, 25 years. Like it's just cool to see him in this space, knowing who he is, which I'm sure none of these guys understand how dynamic he was and who he was as a player coming out. But like, it's just cool to see guys like over all the years now coming here doing things and accomplish it, particularly at a position like the quarterback coach.
Yeah.